Hey, this is Mr. Howard. I'm doing a quick staff update. I don't know how quick it's going to be, but there's a lot of things that have been kind of happening this last few weeks, and some of them culminated last night at the board meeting. I will also attach just some bulleted points in an email. I know some of you like to just read that as well, and then proper spelling of names of people that I might be mentioning it. So I wanted to go ahead and go through a few things so we're all on the same page before you see it in the board minutes or hear it through the grapevine, as they say. So the first, the board did accept the hiring of a new social studies, high school social studies teacher. I think I'm pronouncing his first name correctly, Quanah Gardner. He is from Ashland. He currently is a KU student, actually runs track and cross country for them. So his name will be in here. So we're really excited, first year teacher, and we're excited he'll be on the team. So that way, like I always say, go forth and Facebook stock this our new addition. So I put the proper spelling in the email. So it's Quanah Gardner will be joining our team as a high school social studies teacher. Also, the board did accept the resignation of Mr. Wilderman as the high school principal. So we want to wish him luck in whatever his next chapter is, and so he will still be here to finish the remainder of the year. But that'll also be something you'll be seeing today that will be an open position. So I wanted you to hear that from me before you just saw it on Kansas Teaching Jobs. And also that and other jobs I'm going to briefly mention. If anyone in district, if you're interested or you know that someone is interested, as always, we want to enter district staff to kind of have that first opportunity to know about stuff. So that takes me neatly to my next step, which is openings the board has approved and we are going to be putting out there starting today. And the first was, as I mentioned, a 7-12 principal. So that is already something that will be on Kansas Teaching Jobs. So again, if you have your admin degree or that's something you want to have a conversation with me about, feel free. Or if you know somebody, that will be something that will be on Kansas Teaching Jobs. Obviously, if you're in-house, just email me. You don't need to apply formally or anything like that. Also, we are going to have a position we're going to open that's an ELA at the high school for title, kind of like we did with math this year. We don't know exactly how that's going to work because of the makeup of our school district. We kind of have what I call utility players that we need. So it might be dependent on the kind of applicants we get or who might be interested, but that'd be a position we are also going to open to try to get some idea of maybe how we can further expand that program. It worked very well with the title this year, and so we're hoping maybe that would be an opportunity. And again, just like the position we had for title last year in that building and with math, a lot of it just came down to the person we hired and how we could use them best. So it'll be more of a utility, so I'll keep it kind of vague just so we can get some interested people and see what we can do to help keep supporting that department down there. Also, there's always potential coaching. We don't know for sure for track how many kids will go out, and then obviously we'll see what fall and moving on into next year looks like. The next is I wanted to talk about the board did approve bonuses, and I'm very excited about that. I want to make sure I'm very clear. This SR2 money, the federal money that I have talked about in pretty good detail, we are slated to get $190,000, and it should be into our account by March 1st. Now, I'm saying this, make sure everyone's aware, as long as the money comes as expected and is spendable as expected. There's always some, I want to make sure that you understand that there's a caveat of if something changes or we get some sort of audit that says, no, hey, you can't do this. I don't see any issue with that, but I wanted to make sure you knew the board did approve doing bonuses for full-time staff. I can't say this enough. The money is supposed to be intended first to be used for COVID support. And unlike a lot of schools, we've been here the entire time. We've been here since the summer, and I could tell anyone that will give me an audience that we've done better than most because the staff shows up and they care and they love their kids in this community. So the first thing we want to do is make sure we try to take care of you. In order to justify that, as far as an audit, if it happens in the next couple of years, since it's federal, is that we did increase the school year by 2.3%, adding that 10 minutes. So rather than trying to find days to cut off, the bonus would be something I think would be more meaningful and useful. So more information March 1st when that money starts to arrive and we have a better idea. So I can't thank you enough for everything you've done. This is just a small gesture that the board also agreed with, and as far as how that all work, we'll be in communication once that money is more securely in our grasp. Another big one, and I'm already at past 5, but this is a lot of stuff going on. I don't know how much everyone knows about our Acacia concerns, and I say that tongue in cheek because in the community I didn't want to say anything too much because I didn't want to breathe life into something that they didn't know about. So in a nutshell, with all the new requirements, Acacia kind of has a very loose way of finding offenders across the state and holding them accountable. Last week we were officially turned in for what they consider our 3rd violation, and the next step was going to be that the admin team would have to meet with the executive board from Acacia. And obviously the offenses were A, not true, and B, unprovable. It was, for lack of a better term, it's just someone who had a concern about Hoxie because of who we are and not anything to do with how we were handling things. We are doing just as well as every other school, which means the best we can, and I think that's a point to applaud the community because we are non-mask county in a non-mask mandated school, and they are doing the best they can with sports because they don't want our kids to be hurt. Good news is, and I want everyone to make sure, good news is after conversations with Acacia, they have taken away one of the violations, and I feel like we are, and I think that they have cleared the air. So we are no longer in the red. We're no longer have our 3rd strike or whatever other terminology you want to use. These claims are frivolous. It's hearsay and anonymous people saying anonymous things. Nothing's provable, and I think Acacia wants no part in getting into this kind of a he said, she said. So we are no longer in the crosshairs. We still have to do the best we can in order to make sure we get through post-secondary without any incidents, and we have some really good teams. So I want to make sure everyone knew where we were. So if you heard anything about Acacia, that was what it was about. We had gotten our 3rd strike, and they have removed a strike, and we are now able to finish the year hopefully without any more incidences. And I think they understand that a lot of these things have just been people across the state having they don't like that we're having school the way we are, or that we win. I mean, I don't want to be put too much on that, but the last thing is we do have technology committee. First of all, Dent will be here tomorrow, so he can be at our technology committee meeting, and we will start outlining the things we need to buy to start our next 5-year cycle. And I know this video is long. Please take the time to look at this, and I'll have it on my email here, so there's also some basic bulleted points. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, I'm always available. Just reach out. I just want you to know that that all that's going on and how much we appreciate all you do for Hoxie. Thank you and have a great day.